Okay, hello. I can see a first few viewers are coming in. I'm just waiting for everyone to join. Welcome. Karin, Marie-José, Yvonne, Monique, hello. Thea, Jean, Petra, Pauline, hello. Alida, Isabella. Greetje, Eve, hallo. Okay, ik wacht even nog. I'm just waiting until I see a few more people popping in. I don't think that it's exactly 8 o'clock yet. Just waiting to see everyone come in. I see Samantha, Antoinette, Karina, Pam, hello. Christina, hello. You're probably up very early, Christina. You're now New South Wales, so it's about 10 hours difference. Hi Kitty, Mariana, hello. Okay, I'm just saying hello to everyone and waiting for everyone to arrive in here. I know that most of the people tonight will be Dutch speaking, and I will try every now and again to do some Dutch commenting, but overall this will be English speaking, so all of our English speaking followers can follow us along too. So very important to start. It's 8 o'clock. Pauline is just, she knows that I never have a watch on me to tell the time. So I know it's 8 o'clock. Oh, it's 5 a.m. in Australia. Early. And so I will be doing it in English because I will be sharing this to my page. And so then everyone can understand what I say. If you don't understand, I'm sure there's someone that'll tell you what there is. I'm very excited to show you my new rainbow journal. I've got a few products that I want to share with you today. And the first one of that is, of course, my gorgeous, gorgeous rainbow journal. So I am totally in love with this journal. It's everything that I wanted it to be. When I first started out with my journals, I was thinking about doing a system like this, but then in a traveler size, and I'm very happy I didn't do it because there was a lot of them coming out in a traveler size then. And then finally I decided I just want a normal size book, a normal size A5 book to be able to fit in there. You can see I've already popped a little embellishment on there. This is just made from paper clay that 14 Craft Bar sent me, and I used one of my stamps on there, and that is one of the stamps from the set, from the Dramatic Dots set. You can see that one. I just used it, and the outer edge I just cut it off, but then you just see that part, and I colored it in. I did it on both sides, so I've got a little embellishment hanging off on the side there. So that's just so you know how you can decorate it. So what is in this journal? What do you get for what you get in there? I'll just turn it around. You will see the number of this journal to order it is journal BM number 13. It means journal by Marlene, and it's my 13th journal that I'm bringing out to you. I see a few people are popping in from Canada. Hi Julie, nice seeing you here. And then what is the content in this little journal? In this rainbow journal, you'll find one notebook with lines, and you will have 4 notebooks with 300 GSM art paper inside of them. And then you will get the elastic, you'll get the bands in there, and that is what you get. So I'm going to open the brand new one for you, so you will see exactly what is in that package for you when you receive it. This is what it looks like when you receive it. You take the elastic off, and I'll do it simultaneously with the other one, so you will see this is my other journal that I have, and you can see the difference in the thickness. One is that I've worked in, and the other one is empty. So you can see they're quite thick and chunky once you fill them in. This is, you will see all my little booklets inside of this one is already very much decorated. And in the other one, of course, they are not decorated at all. Here you will see the red journal. That is the one with the lines that you can pop out and pop in to work in, so you don't have to work with them inside the journal. You actually take it out and then you work on your loose booklet just as is. You don't have to actually work inside that whole journal, so it makes it a lot easier. Even when traveling, you only need to take one little booklet with you. On the back, that is what I wanted, all the colored elastic. I wanted the red, orange, yellow, green, and the blue, the real rainbow colors. That's why it's called the Rainbow Journal. On the inside it's got, and on the outside is that the same faux leather. That's all my journals are made of. So it's not cardboard. This is actually like a faux leather. And in the back you get the little rainbow on there. And the back side is also that watercolory look pink with my logo just tiny at the bottom, but you can stick something over there if you don't want my logo on there. And the website. So this is the little books you get in there. So what is inside these books? The other books are all, you've got 8 pages. So you'll see it. You would see it's four A4 sizes that's actually made into 8 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you've got 16 sides to work on. And they're actually not just a normal one, it's beautifully stitched through the whole journal. So that is inside. The paper in there is 300 GSM art paper. That's in my books as well. I'll get into the paper just in a while, but then you know exactly what you're getting for the price that you're paying. So that is what the journal is about. You get all of these included. You don't just get an empty journal. You get all of your paper inside there. Of course, you can take it out and put another booklet in there. But I did want to show you something else, what you can do. Say your paper is finished. I'm going to just put this one to the side for now. So you know the first product is the journal. But I'm just going to elaborate on the journal for now. You all know that I also have, with this journal, I'm also bringing out some paper. So let's just get the paper. I'm also bringing out an A4 size, there's this one, 300 GSM, 20 sheets of the art paper. Very thick paper. That's the ones that's in all my journals. Then we've got the A5 size. This one I already had in my collection, the A5 size paper. So the 300 GSM, that's this one. And with that, we also have the tiny one. And it's so bloody cute. The A6 size, lovely little essential journal with 20 sheets of 300 GSM paper gummed at the top together. And you can just tear out per sheet what you need. But say, once you've finished with your journal, that you now want to fill these with paper. All you need to do is you tear one of these pages from here. So we just want to put this one away because we don't need that. And then you will need to use one of these. And we want to just want to first, just there and there. And I don't think that I've got a ruler on me. Oh, I've got it in my pencil case. I'll just have to quickly pop out my pencil case. I'll show you that one now, but first need my pencil case. You have to just score the paper before you fold it, because if you just fold this paper and you don't score it beforehand, it'll crack. So you need to score the paper first before you actually put it in. But then you can do just 4 papers, and you can just pop them into your elastic like so, and you can just put another one and another one and another one, so you can actually just work like this with the paper in there. So you don't need to purchase separate booklets extra. If you want to, you can just use the loose paper to pop them in there, and it's the same paper that you're working on in the rest of your journal. So hopefully that solves a bit of questions or problems for you for that. This little black thing hanging on there, who did I see just asked that? Maria. This is just something I made of paper clay. I was 13 Arts or 14 Craft Bar sent me this, and I just used my stamp on there, and I made a little embellishment for on my journal. So that is my journal for now. I'm going to put it aside because I need this one to show you when we use the stamps. I need to show you a few things in there, and I just want to pop my little, this booklet in there too. So we've got that one there. Okay, next thing is my pencil case. Of course, who could forget? This is my pencil case. It's quite large. You can see that's my hands. So it's quite large, chunky pencil case. It is double-sided, and on the one side you get this little embellishment with a little heart on the one side with that yellow, and on the other side you have a little rainbow. And then you just put it flat down, and you can open it to the one side. So you can see on the one side I put all these little extra little thingies that I have, my activity wobbles, my little pom-poms, all the extra little things that I use, and my 2 watercolor sets just pop in there. And on this side I have stamps that I've already colored in, little die cuts, everything that I just want to keep with me when I'm traveling. So when I go, I just need to take this little bag with me. So this is in there. Oh, and my ruler was in there as well. That was the other thing that was in there. And on the other side, if I pop this one open, you can see I've got my little acrylic block at the bottom here. I've put it, my little thing over there. This is always in the way. I have to put it the other way around. This is my Tipex pen, my watercolor brush, my little scissor, my favorite little pen. It's so cute. Then I've got my little Van Gogh reflex coloring things in there, my little journal, my little art journal, and some stamping inks, some colored stamping inks. And usually I also have the black stamping in there, but I've taken that one out for my workshop tonight. So then you know what is in there, what I hide in my pencil case, and then you can see exactly what you can get into the pencil case for that match. You can see it's quite broad. If you see from my hand from side to side, it's a big little mama that you can get in there. Then the next thing we have is something that I am totally in love with, and I'm really sad to say that all of my samples has been actually sent off to Hochanda in the UK. They used my samples to show them on there, and I made a lot of samples with the rhinestones, and I don't really have them in my journal. I do, however, have a little something here, but I have to cover that up because the top part is from a new collection coming in June, so I'll have to just show you the effect here. But you can see how that is all built up. You can see, can you see the rhinestones? I've built them up, and I've actually used a 3D kit under there, 3D glue, and then you can just build them up. And today I saw one of my design team members, Ildi, she actually used glossy accents to build them up, and then she dropped some fine glitter in between, so the whole thing was really blingy. So what is so special about my my rhinestones? Why would you purchase my rhinestones, and why would you not just buy cheap and nasty ones? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I had boxes and boxes of samples sent to me by the office that they got from the manufacturers, and every single time I was really unhappy. I just didn't cut it for me. The thing is with these rhinestones, these ones are double-sided holographic rhinestones. So once you stick them into your journal and once you work with them, they are really shiny, so they actually add. It's not just a thing that you stick on. It actually gives a shimmer and a shine and a bling to it. So I'll show you. I use it in our project for tonight. This is the project that I'll show you. And you can see, can you just see that bling bling on there? That is from these rhinestones. So for me, it's a must-have. There is a lot of rhinestones in there. You get 7 different colors. It's 6 grams in total. It is, for rhinestones, it's really heavy. Take my word for it. And you can actually see different sizes, different colors, but also there's a lot of them in there, so you don't have to be scared of using them in your actual product or projects. Then I've showed you the paper. Then I've got the stamps. So for the stamps, I've got a few samples. Tonight I will mainly show you this stamp set called Dramatic Dots, and we'll be making this little project with it. So that is the Dramatic Dots. You can see what else you can create. I've done another live a while ago, and I've got the project here, I believe, or I've sent that off to, I think I've got that one here somewhere. Yes, you can see that I've also used this stamp set. So it's really a stamp set that you can use and combine with a lot of different thing for us. So those are really a lot of fun. Then the next one is this one, and that is called Just Dotty. And this is stamp BM69. The previous one was stamp BM, stamp by Marlene, 70. This one is 69. And Just Dotty, I'm just going to show you. I believe I've got it in. I have to see where. I've used a bit of Just Dotty over there and over there. Here you can see the Just Dotty in the background. So I've first stamped the image, and afterwards I've actually just used my watercolors around it. Just put water and then just drop a few watercolors in around it, so it just floods through. And this is my die cuts, my stencils, and my little flying fish. I love a bit of a flying fish. And then so this is the Just Dotty stencil. And then we've got the Mix and Match Dotty Flowers. And that is the Mix and Match Dotty Flowers. So you can build up your own floral page the way you want to. I made an example, but also that one is gone. So I'll have a few things here that I can show you though. So the first one I want to show you is this one, this page, how you can do edging. And this edging is made with the stamp over there. So I first stamp that, the whole side, then I've cut it with the scissors. I don't need a knife for that. I just use my scissors and I cut that whole thing on the side. And then on the other side, I go back and I stamp. And of course it won't correspond because this is a mirror image. So if you want it to correspond, you can just stamp this on a very small jelly plate or gel press, like a little one like this. You can stamp that on this, and then you can just stick it on there, and that'll transfer your image, so you'll get the mirror image stamp, of course, on there. But I just stamp on there and just cut it out, and where it doesn't correspond correctly, I just blacken it with a little fine liner. So that is problem solved for me. Here you can see I used the stamp on the background there. You can see that I've used it over there. The flowers, the mix and match dotty flowers, you can see me using this one, the large one over there, and you can see the stripes across is actually the stem that I've used. So there is a lot that you can actually do with this one. Did I show you all of it? I believe I've got some over here. I've got a background, and that is actually not from the stamp set, but this is from the die cuts. But this is the little stamp, and that is, well, this one, that little stamp I've just added in the background. So that is for the stamps, all of those in there. And then what else that I want to show you is, you can see all of these letters that I'm using, and I will show you them tonight as well. I've got this fabulous set, rub-on transfers. You get 6 A5 sheets. That's a lot because they're quite expensive, these things. And then rub-on transfers. So you can actually see I've got a handwritten one, and then I've got these printed letter types, and then I've got one with all these little different quotes, like crafters don't lie, they embellish. So I've got them in there, so you can see some of these quotes. You will see them in my artwork as we look through them. I don't know where they are now, but we will find them later on tonight. I'm going to close this journal, and we're going to go on to the live. And so this is the last product, and the order number for this one is Rub BM01, so it's RUB BM01. That's for this one. Okay, first thing I want you to start off with tonight is I'm going to start off with working with 2 sizes of paper. I've actually used this size of paper, the all-round paper. I've cut it a bit smaller just to correspond with the smaller paper size, and you'll see what I mean by that. So that's the one. And I've used this size just like that, and you will see that corresponds with that totally. And I'll put that to the side. I'm just going to take out a piece of printer paper to work on top of. And that is how we're going to start. So in the beginning, I'm not going to be too careful with whatever I'm going to create. Oh, this is another sample. This is another one that I made during a live using the mix and match dotty flowers, and I also made a little edge. Something similar to what we're going to do tonight. So the first thing we want to do is just stick this one in the middle. And for that, I'm going to use glue tape. This is a permanent one. Semi-permanent would be better actually. But as I'm going to use acrylic paints over that, I'm not going to be too careful about it. Let's see. This is about the way that I want it. Just make sure that it's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck on there. So now I'm going to get my stamps out. So I'm going to get the stamp set out. I'm going to get some acrylic blocks out to the sides. And you all know that once I take my stamps out of my packaging, you get a loose sheet at the top and a loose sheet at the bottom. I use a piece of tape, just packing tape. like large, I don't know where it is, but the large packing tape, and I just stick it to the side so I have a little flip over, so I can just keep my stamps together, and when I work I don't lose the bottom one, because otherwise I kind of always keep on looking for everything I've lost. It's very sad, I know. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick one of those on there, and then I'm going to start actually stamping. So I'm going to stamp on top of that card that I've stuck onto that white card on there. So I've stuck the smaller one on the larger size in the middle, just semi-permanently. And now I'm going to just cover that border. I can't hang over to see exactly where I'm stamping, so maybe I won't do everything correctly. But this is a live and I don't want you all to watch my hair. I can zoom you in a little, I think. I don't know if that helps. Can't actually see. Can you see that I've zoomed in? Yes, you can. So I'm gonna take another stamp there. Just get a piece of, just have a little piece of card that I'm just gonna use to block off parts that I don't want to stamp on top of. Don't want to stamp over that. You can see. And I want to just put it there. Put a little one there. Okay, don't need it there. Okie dokie, put that to the side. I hope you're enjoying watching it, everyone. It's not scary at all. Everything I do is always really, really easy. If it's not easy, it's probably not mine, I usually say. So don't be afraid. There, we've got that. I'm just going to put that one to the side and then get the little one out. Oh, thanks. Nice to hear that someone likes watching me work. I enjoy working though. It's something that gives me a lot of pleasure. I'm sure that not everyone loves working, but I do. I really do. Not all of the time. Of course, I've got my moments that I think, oh gosh, I wish I can just relax. But certainly after a year lockdown, I think we all treasure the moments that we can work and can mingle with other people. Oh, that one is not the way I wanted it to be. I would have loved that one to just be a bit in, because I'm not supposed to go over the border, but okay. That's what happened, so I can't do anything about that at the moment. We'll just fix that in 1 second, and I'll put that one there. I think that's it for now. I'm going to close that up. I'm going to put the stamp away, put the set to the side. I'm going to put my stamps to the side. And then for the little fun part, then I just, you can see I've actually pulled that off, no problem, because I'm going to actually just rub over that and just get most of the glue off. And if there's some stuck, because I'm using acrylic paint over there, you won't see anything left on there in a second. So you can see there's a few places that I think, I stuffed that up a bit. So I can just go with my pen and I'll just draw a line. There. The rest is okay. And I'm using a Uniball air pen for that. So for now, I'm going to start cutting, fuzzy cutting, and also this, don't be too, not too neat. Of course you need to be a bit neat, but don't be too careful, don't be too scared. There's not much that can go wrong. And probably the one thing that can go wrong will probably go wrong sometimes, but that's life. Oh, Elise. Oh, yes, you were supposed to get your stamps today. Oh. I've got a few of my promo team members, and they've received most of the other products, but the stamps didn't arrive yet. But luckily I did receive mine. I had a few samples, but I also received my other ones. So you can see, sorry for watching me cut, but usually most people are usually prepared and they cut out a sample piece. But I just like to show people how long it actually takes to make a piece and how careful or not careful you should be when doing it. So that way it's easier for you to comprehend the whole thing. Just going to take this off there, and then just this little, it was getting a bit too long and it was irritating me. Okay, and you know, if this bothers you, like the part that we've changed, you can always later on just use a loose stamp that you've stuck and just, I'll show you in a while. So what do you do with this part of your work? I mean, of course, we now stamped our artwork. How did we do it? Like this. So this part, what do you do with this part now? Well, I used, you know, my little zigzag journals. I'm starting a new one. So I just made all the sides and inner little thingies black, and on the sides here. And I actually just cut that one a tiny bit smaller on the one side, and I've actually just painted the inside of this one with my neon watercolors. You know them, also from my Essential, the Brighter Than Bright. They are brighter than bright. And I've actually just painted those in, and I've used letters from my rub-ons and I've just rubbed them onto that. And on the back side I did the same. I just stuck that onto the back. So I've got a lovely cover for my little, what do you call it, concertina, my zigzag journal, which I will be working in the next few weeks as well. These are still available. Most of my journals remain available, so please, these are still available. They're lovely to play in. The stuff, all of the products are leaving for the shops on, let's think, today's the 23rd, on the 25th. So they'll probably be in the shop soon. So this one, don't throw that away. Just keep it, because you can do that for the cover. Okay, now we're going on to this part, and as you know, I use old lids to put my paints on, and I'm going to use a blue for this and a turquoise. Just give it a bit of a shake. Hi Jennifer. Oh, if you're a little late, you can always re-watch the parts that you missed. I showed the products at the very beginning of the live, and now I'm just doing a small little project to show people what you can actually create with the products. So whatever you want, whatever you need, you can join. Let's see, almost wanted to paint with the back side of that wouldn't work, would it? So I'm just going to put my acrylic paints in there, and I'm going to just draw a line to the side. And if you're very scared that you would create an ugly border, I'm not really scared, because it's paint and it's paper, and if I mess it up, I can always just stick another stamp that I've stamped loosely on it. So not much can go wrong, I figure. And one thing I teach people is, this is too small brush. Use a big brush when you paint. I just need the small one for the sides, because that's really irritating, that small brush. Small strokes. It's going to drive me totally bonkers. Just get some acrylic paint on there. So I'm going to put this one to the side. Hi, male watchers are all fine too. Everyone is always welcome. Okay. Any questions so far? Hey peeps, no questions? You all just like watching me paint. All in a trance. The paper that I'm using, if you rewatch the whole thing, this is the paper. No, this isn't water paint. This is acrylics, craft acrylics. Oh, you mesmerized, Kim, but it's is it a good sign? Or were you drinking wine? Is the wine mesmerizing you? Oh, see me doing a little mishap there. but you'll see me fix that as well, so don't worry about that. So that's all we want to do for now. I'm glad to hear it's therapeutic. That's a good thing. Okay, so that's the base for this. So we are going to put this on a piece of colored paper. So probably I'll use a piece of yellow paper that I've already pre-cut to size. So we can put that on there. I'm going to just put this to the side. See, pre-cut paper. And then I'll probably put that on top of a piece of black paper. So, and what I thought of is, if you actually just, when you do it, you put a little, I'll show you, just 1 second. I thought if you put like something like this on there and you hang it in there, and you just you glue it in between this paper and the black, put it down there. You can actually then hang it onto a door or something as a card for friends. When they're not home, just hang it on the front door or something. Of course, if it's not going to blow away, you need to make sure it stays. But this is the build-up really for the card. So for now, I'm just going to put this one down. And now what I have done beforehand, and because I didn't want you to really watch me for ages, I've stamped 2 of these on the same paper. I've just used a sheet of these, and I stamped these on there, and I've already cut them out because we're going to use those as your flowers. So your first flower, we want to start painting. The first flower I'm going to paint, I'm going to show you. Just see my bigger watercolor brush. Yes, no. Yes, this one. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to use my Bold and Bright. This is my one that's almost finished. I've got a new set. You saw that one. That's in my travel case that I showed you, my little pencil case. So the first thing I want to do with this one is I just want to paint the back of this flower. I'm going to paint it a bit with pink and red because I'm going to show you why later on. Okay, I'm going to put that one to the side because what's going to happen is I want to actually pull this flower together, and I want this flower to bloom inside, but I don't want the sides to, if you look from the side from the card, for it to be white. I actually want you to see that that flower on the side is also a color. So you'd really want to make sure that you just color in the sides, so when you look at the card you actually get these colored leaves on the sides too. You can also do 2 different colors, or you can put another flower behind there, so you can actually do one that I just go in and I just fold the flowers. I put my thumb on the line and I just pull the leaf buds to the top. And then you can actually put it on top of another, and you can actually have a double flower if you put one on top of the other. Understand what I mean? So, actually now damage this one, but doesn't matter. You understand what I mean? That is very important to me. So now I'm going to get my watercolor brush out, and I'm just going to put the yellow on the leaves on that side, and just clean water. I don't want it to be bright yellow everywhere, so I want it to be lighter at the end somewhere. So just soften it with a bit of water by using more water. Can you see that? Okay, so I'm going to put that one to the side to dry. And I'm going to turn this one around. And you can see I wasn't really careful when I painted this. It actually went over the sides. So, but that doesn't matter because I knew I was going to do the same color on the inside. It does bother me though. I don't like seeing that. Get some red in parts of that. That is the flower. So now we want to make sure that when we stick the flowers together, you want two flowers, but you want the lines not to be downwards because you want to write in them. So you have to make sure that the lines do go across the board. And what I also want to do is I just want to use a bit of that black, very tiny amount of that black, and I just want to put a bit of a shadow in there. And let's do it on this side as well. Okie dokie. So that is what we're going to do. So I'm going to just use my heat tool just to make sure that those are dry before I stick them down. That's about it. Get this off. And now I want to work on this one. So this I know is going to be my flower. That's going to have its leaves tucked forward. And if you want a more dramatic effect on the inside, if you want to darken the lines or anything, feel free to do so. I'm just going to get some pencils in there. And so if I want to get a more of effect there, I will just go in with a pencil and just and that might look dramatic like this, but once it's folded in, you won't see that very dramatic effect because it just looks like shading. Just makes it more interesting, I think. Okay, so that's our little one flower, and that's our other flower in there. And now we need to stick them down. My nails, oh, my nails. Just use any white glue And what I like to do is I actually like to turn it around and rub on the back side to make sure get it down. And this one, you don't want to actually stick the leaves down. And I'm going to put it down, but I'm not going to stick the bottom part down yet. And also for this one, I might just lift this one off as well. Just 1 second, because I just quickly want to stamp underneath there. And for that, I'm going to just use the stems for the Just Dotty, the Mix and Match flower one. And let's see, I'm just gonna put this, make sure that I don't go under there. So let's put this little stamp. There's a lot of different workshops that has these products all over the globe. So feel free to post your link. If you've got a shop that sells my products, feel free to post it, only under the feed here, please. Not anywhere else, but just put your link in my feed so people can see where they can purchase these products if you're going to get the essentials in. So I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to put the other little stem, ink it up. I'm going to put that down. Okay. There we are. So we've got the 2 stems. So now I can press this down. It can stick down again. This one can go up. Okay, I'm going to put all the stamps to the side. Otherwise you've got so many things on the table you don't know what to look at anymore. It's so distracting, I know. So first, before we finish, I'm going to stick this one on there. So we've got all the sticky parts done. And please feel free, if you want to, you can always use a double-sided tape to do this, or you can do a 3D tape if you want the layers. This is done with a 3D tape in between the layers. Just gives it a bit more dimension. But I'm more of a glue girl. I like to use glue. I'm starting to use more of the 3D tapes and things like that, but I kind of like glue because you can reposition it a bit. It's more forgiving, I find. For me, it's more forgiving. And then, because if you put double-sided tape down, boy, you really have to know that you know what you're doing, because, and half of the time, seriously, I don't know what I'm doing, so I think it's just probably not meant for me. See, even this is quite quick to dry. See, it's not even in the middle for me. Oh gosh. See, I have to really That's why I don't use double-sided tape, because if that was double-sided tape, oh boy. But yeah, why would I use the glue with the tape? Because then I have to also use the glue and the tape. I just have to use glue. So now we want to go in, we want to actually write something in there. So what will we write inside of there? What do you think? What do you think? This one was bloom where you are planted. I've written this one. And what do you think? What should we write in here? Any ideas? Let's hear your feedback. What do you say? What should we write? What should we write in there? I'm waiting. It's a bit of a delay, so I have to wait what you say. Home sweet home. Home sweet home. But then home sweet home. Maybe another word or something, because it can't be too long of words, but I actually need at least 4 words. Be thankful is a bit too long. Colour match my nails. Kijk naar de zon, ja. Flowers given by the heart. Happy smiles and sunny days. Let's do happy smiles and sunny days. Let's see. Happy smiles and sunny days. Happy smiles and, okay. Happy smiles happy smiles and then we'll do and sunny days. Let's see, let's do that. Hope this is gonna fit. Sunny. Oh boy, this is almost not gonna fit. I'll just make that a very bright color so we'll see that Y there. Sunny days. I could have done this in pencil, of course, beforehand, but then it'll take more time. And I'm too lazy. I just like to do it the way I do it. Freehand. Happy smiles and sunny days. Okay, and then just get your colored pencils really and have fun with it. Maybe start with a red and oops. Take it down to an orange. Take a darker turquoise at the top there. Take it down to a lighter lighter turquoise. You can't really see the difference between this one. Should have actually taken even a lighter turquoise. I do have a lighter one, but I don't know where it is. This one is a bit more a greeny one. Get that there. Happy smiles. You can see I'm really hard on my pencils. I always press really hard. Let's see a bright red. Smiles. And probably have to do this one with the pink. The sunny. Oh, I messed up there. So I'll need to fix that too because I went beyond the line. And I do need a piece of white there, of course. Otherwise the two letters are going to bleed into one another. You won't see the difference. So that's important. Get a bit of that green again. Maybe use a different green here for the days part. Happy smiles and sunny days. So I'm trying to color as quick as I can. Really a bit of a... So that is really the text all colored in. So you can add a pop of color in there if you want a bit more brighter, or you can do it with my watercolors, the semi-moist watercolors. If you use that from the word go, that would be really, really bright as well. But you can, of course, add those so that they're really bright. And then what I like to do is I do like to give it a bit of a leaf on the side here. So I will definitely I'm just using the Ebbing acrylic markers. Just give it a quick dry, and then just put a highlight at the end. And then I'm going to use, because I don't have enough of the fine Posca ones, I'm going to just use a Posca for this because I don't have the edding and the very fine point. They do have them though. Okie dokie. Just a fine point. Putting them to the side. So that is really for that part. Then I just want to make sure that that is a bit drier before I go on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Uniball Air and I'm just going to go around the sides there and just scribble a line, a division line between where I stamped and where I am at the moment. It just loosens it up a bit. So we put that line in there. So that we've got in there. And just make sure you redraw the lines that is not dark enough. So you make sure you've got them in there. Now, what I usually think at this point is it becomes a bit stale, just that border. So what I do is I just pre-stamp and cut a few of these little elements from the Just Dotty stamp sets. So I'm just going to show you. I've got just a few out. Oh, the big ones I don't need for this project. I actually need the smaller ones. Bit of that. These ones. Like those. Okay, so what I do with them is I just actually look where I think I should add those. I think still bothers me that part there. I'm going to put one there. I'm just going to add something there, maybe like that. And I'm just going to really break the border. This is I think big one like this. So you can just break the border so it's not too stale and it just gives you a bit of a a bit of a playful look to it. So you go back with your oops. Then see this one. Is that one stuck on there? Yes. So let's first put this one on there. A little bit of that and a little bit of this. My husband asked if I won the whole range. I have to tell you, you did probably. So then you can just get that little, it just gives you that playful look to it, I think. And then what I do is I actually then take out my little stones and I go and I play with them, because that is what I do. I just take my pencils away. I'll take this away. And I'm going to decide on which color I'm going to actually use on this one. No, not the pink. Either the yellow or the green, I think. I think the green. I've used the yellow in the other one. Can you see that? I'm so glad I'm single, Ariana said. Oh, so you don't have to tell anyone why you bought it. Oh, it's so funny. I think I'm going to use the green ones on this one, just for a change. So I'm going to just put them over on the side. I just take them all out and I just put them to the side. Okay. Then I've got this little tool from We Are Memory. It's a quick stick. It helps you pick things up and put them into position. At the back you've got this little scraper side and this pointy side. And on this side you've got this glue dot at the end. And this helps you pick up the stones and put them in place. So what I tend to do is, if I would put, I can also put like a layer of green down there with green and yellow if I wanted to, like grass almost, but with that thickening look like I showed you with the previous one. But I'm just going to do the same that I did in the previous card. I'm just going to add a few dots of glue. And then I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to pick them up and I'll put them on top of there. In the beginning, before I had this tool, I did it with my fingers, and I promise you, I wanted to kill someone by the end of it, because it was frustrating. And the glue dries clear, so you won't see. I stuck this with the same glue, and it just totally disappears, transparent at the back, so you won't see any of that. So that is not a problem whatsoever. Thanks, Amber. Altyd al willen doen. Wat, Marije? There's different little one. This is all the same color, but because they're holographic, they actually shine different colors. So that's the thing. They just it kind of takes on the look of where you're using them, because they are just double-sided holographic, and they're really shiny, which I love. So you can just add them, maybe a few, make them slowly disappear to the top. It's like diamond painting. I've never done diamond painting, and I don't think I will start. But this is probably a bit like that. So that's it. That is about what I've got for you guys tonight. I don't have any. Do you have any of you have any questions or whatever regarding this? I don't know when the products will arrive in other countries, really, that you will have to ask your local distributor. I just know that all the products, we've got all the products in house at the moment. I believe we're waiting on the pencil case. But I think that I've got all the products. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I did want to show you something. So if you want to hang on. A lot of people were asking me, how do you use the letters? How do you actually use the letters? Well, I'm not going to watercolor this first because this one I actually watercolored first. Are you getting it next week in South Africa? Great, Kim. Great to hear. But when you use the rub-on transfers, you can actually just say that you want to write art. I just actually grab it and I put it down. You can cut it out if you want to, like that. But I just make sure that I don't put pressure on any other part of the say R. Art. 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 And then let's see which other one. Oh, the other letter type. But of course I've got not all of mine in the same place at the moment because I've used this pack and I've opened the other pack. Okay, art is, oh gosh, oops. Oops. Then if you've got that, you just have to put it down again. And just make sure you put it on there so there's nothing that happens. Art is. And then what do you want to say? Art is ... Maybe. Oops. I have to get my little knife to just get that, to lift that off. Whoopsie, whoopsie. And then you've got the art is. So that is just to show you how do you actually put the rub on. So you can use them on any project. So you can just put them down and just leave them. So this makes it, you can see it's totally smooth and it's really, really, really strong, the rub-ons. So you can use that on anything. So that is really what I wanted to show you today. I really wanted to just make sure that you see the way that you can use these products and play with them. And whatever you want to do, just do it. If in doubt, don't be. Just use it and play with it, and I'm sure you will love the products and everything as we go along. Even the little pencil case and that we've got here. So just have fun and enjoy, and thank you for joining me. Till the next time. Bye-bye.